Hello, insiders. Today we're diving into the heart of Detroit, Motor City, a city with grit, history, and big dreams for the future. And right at its center stands one of the most iconic landmarks, the Renaissance Center, aka the RenCen. For decades, it's been a symbol of the Motor City spirit and its struggles. But General Motors just dropped the bombshell. They're moving out, leaving the future of this massive complex hanging in the balance. But this story gets even more fascinating when you realize that the RenCen's nearby neighbor, Riverfront Towers, once played home to none other than the Queen of Soul herself, Aretha Franklin. Yep, Aretha's penthouse residence here added a touch of stardom to the area. And we'll get into that and so much more. But as we unpack GM's departure, the glittering new headquarters they're moving into, and the $1.6 billion plan to save the RenCen. Let's dive in. First, let's set the stage. Picture this. It's the 1970s, and Detroit is struggling to hold on to its crown as the automotive capital of the world. The golden age of Motown, chrome, and muscle cars was fading fast. Factories were shutting down, unemployment was spiking, and downtown Detroit was a shadow of its former self. That's when Henry Ford II, yes, of the legendary Ford family, came up with the bold idea. He wanted to build something big, something that could breathe life into Detroit's economy. With the backing of city leaders and some serious cash, construction began on what would become the largest private development in the world at the time, the Renaissance Center. This wasn't just a building, it was a vision. The RenCen was designed to be a city within a city. The first phase opened in 1976, and it was jaw-dropping. A central 73-story cylindrical tower surrounded by four 39-story office towers, all shimmering with 2 million square feet of glass. It was modern, it was bold, it was expensive. $500 million back then, which is around $3.9 billion in today's dollars. Inside, there was everything. Luxury shopping, fine dining, offices, and even a revolving rooftop restaurant. The Detroit Plaza Hotel, housed in the main tower, became the tallest all-hotel skyscraper in the world. It was a symbol of hope, a way to show the world that Detroit was still in the game. Fast forward to the mid-90s, and the RenCen was struggling. Businesses were leaving, suburban office parks were taking over, and the downtown Detroit area was in decline. Enter General Motors. In 1996, GM swooped in and bought the complex, turning into their global headquarters. They invested $500 million to renovate the space, adding their logo to the top of the towers and cementing the RenCen as a symbol of their commitment to Detroit. Over the years, the RenCen faced mounting challenges. Suburban office parks kept drawing tenants away, and then came the pandemic. By 2024, daily worker attendance at the RenCen was just 20% of what it was in 2019. Let that sink in. And Detroit's office vacancy rate? A staggering 25%, one of the highest in the country. So on April 15, 2024, GM made a big move. They announced they were leaving the RenCen and relocating just half a mile away to the brand new Hudson's Detroit development. But here's the kicker. They're not selling the RenCen, at least not yet. Instead, they've partnered with Bedrock Detroit to figure out its future. Before we move on, let's take a moment to talk about Riverfront Towers, the luxury residential complex right next to the RenCen. These sleek buildings have been home to some of Detroit's biggest names, including none other than Aretha Franklin. The Queen of Soul owned a stunning penthouse here, where she lived for years, enjoying breathtaking views of the Detroit River and Canadian shoreline. It was the perfect retreat for a music icon, a place where Aretha could unwind while staying connected to the city that inspires so much of her legendary career. Her presence brought a touch of glamour to the riverfront area, And her connection to this iconic part of Detroit is just another reason why this story hits home for so many people. Now, let's talk about Hudson's Detroit for a second. This $1.4 billion mixed-use mega project is shaping up to be the crown jewel of downtown. Once home to the legendary J.L. Hudson's department store, this block is now the site of a massive new development. The centerpiece? A 685-foot skyscraper, soon to be the second tallest building in Michigan. The project also includes a mid-rise 12-story office building, which is where GM will set up shop. The new headquarters promises sleek collaborative spaces, executive offices, and even a ground floor showroom for GM's latest vehicles. It's all about modern vibes and fresh starts. But what about the RenCen? GM's departure has left a massive question mark over the complex.
Well, it is without question the signature building in the Detroit skyline. It's used in logos, brochures, websites, you name it.
The Renaissance Center is also the state's tallest building at 727 feet, but there is a lot of talk that the RenCen could actually be demolished once General Motors moves out. Victor Williams live with more. Now, nothing here is official on this. This is very important.
In 2024, GM, Bedrock Detroit, and the city announced plans to explore a $1.6 billion redevelopment. The proposed changes are bold and controversial. Here's the plan. 2 of the Riverfront Towers will be demolished. The Central Tower, which is still a Marriott hotel, would scale back its rooms and convert its upper floors into luxury apartments. One of the remaining office towers would be turned into residential units, while the other would stay as office space. Add in some public spaces, entertainment venues, and better riverfront access, and you've got a whole new RenCen. For Detroiters, the RenCen and Riverfront Towers are more than just buildings. They're symbols of resilience and, thanks to Aretha Franklin, a piece of cultural legacy. The decisions made about their future will shape the skyline and soul of Detroit for decades to come. So, what do you think? Should the RenCen and its surrounding area be reimagined for a new generation? Or should it stand as a monument to the past? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you love deep dives into real estate stories like this, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Your support keeps this channel going and helps us uncover more incredible stories from the world of real estate. Until next time, I'm Lam, your real estate insider, signing off. Stay curious, stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next video.